Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across this beloved empire of ours. It's great to be in the empire today. Welcome to Old Republic News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. And you know what? We're gonna put a special emphasis. I know the Gungans are important, but today, the droids are having their time at the front and center of Galaxy of Heroes. Don't worry if you don't know who the heck this is. This is gonna be a brand new character, not just for Galaxy of Heroes, called Sortie. It's a brand new character Galaxy of Heroes is creating for the Star Wars universe at large. And for all my Old Republic fanatics, it looks like we're diving into some more Old Republic love. Now, this is quite the interesting character for one of several reasons. One, it's emphasizing the help that is needed for a droid. So I can actually understand this. There's some droid leftovers that aren't quite being utilized, as we'll talk about in a moment here. Secondly, there's a Conquest Omicron. I don't know how I feel about that. Initial reactions, I don't like it. Mainly because Conquest changes to a variety of feats. And you know what, like Mandalorians, they were important many conquests ago. Imagine if Mandalorians got a Conquest Omicron. But now they're not as important because now we're focusing on Old Republic stuff, Inquisitors. So my problem with Conquest Omicrons, yes, Conquest is important. All the meta characters lately have been really coming out of Conquest, and that's divisive already. I don't know if a Conquest Omicron it's more lucrative than I think territory battles, but I don't know if it has long-standing viability like a Grand Arena Omicron, or maybe even Territory War Omicron. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know where I sit with that right now, but I want to read this first because this is a brand new character. I actually thought maybe this is a character I was not familiar with. I looked it up on the Imperial Archives. When you look up 50R-T, which is pronounced Sortie, as they say, you just find a bunch of tires and other mismatched products that exist out there. So let's take a look at this. It's going to be a support droid leader, Old Republic unit. And this is interesting because we have some Old Republic stuff going on right now. And the question is, where are we heading in the future? It seems like we're kind of going into this. It'd be nice if CG gave us direction, what we're focusing on. But so far, it looks like Old Republic is the focus, although Kenobi's coming out in a few weeks with this TV show here. Let's read this. Capital Games is thrilled to introduce a brand new character to the Galaxy of Heroes Cantina and the Star Wars universe. I thought it was 50R-T, but it's pronounced Sortie, a tactical droid with murky origins somewhere deep within the Old Republic. She was recovered from scrap on a battlefield, but has been repurposed into a Cropia droid. Her new owners have taken to adapting her tactical acumen to best suit a gaming environment. Yeah. Honestly, this looks like the patron saint of Galaxy of Heroes. It's a droid, monetization, gambling. I can see why you guys were drawn to this particular character to introduce to the Star Wars universe at large. I normally don't look at developer insights, but I kind of want to here. First thing I want to bring out here is that it's going to be a marquee event, which I assume is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be busy starting 3v3 Grand Arena, as well as this. And I think Marvel Strike Force is also coming out with their new Grand Arena mode themselves tomorrow. So it's going to be quite the busy day tomorrow. And they're trying to focus her synergies via non-separatist droids like T-34, RT2, 3PO, and Chewie, or IG-88. And I actually didn't think this was something we needed, but I kind of, you know what? I kind of think this is something that could be needed. It's a faction that's kind of just sitting there. And I think HK-47 would be nice to throw in there, because I think HK-47 is going to become obsolete with Darth Malgus here soon. And also want to read this. You've had the core idea behind Sortie for quite some time and have been looking for a way to introduce her to Galaxy Heroes and Star Wars as a whole. Many droids are not part of a dedicated team, R2-D2, soon to be HK-47, and have been looking for a leader to make them greater than the sum of their parts, and Sortie will fit that bill perfectly. And here's the response to why a Conquest Omicron. We've been looking for a character to put in Conquest Omicron on since we launched the feature, but we wanted the right character and wanted an Omicron that did something specific to help you earn better crates. I mean, there are some Old Republic feats going on right now. I don't know. As I said, I don't know if Conquest Omicrons are going to have a long-standing viability in the game. And it sucks that they just don't want to turn on the Omicrons we have so we can use them in more than one game mode. Conquest would have been a great place for that. Missed opportunity. I don't know if I specifically aligned with CG on this matter here. Time will tell. It's a weird one. I never expected it. But let's take a look at this kit reveal that we have here. And there's definitely a lot of, because, don't you get annoyed when the enemy team takes 500 million turns before you do? Well, guess what? Sortie is going to be the person that fits that build perfectly. Sortie interacts with droids that utilize target lock. Droid allies receive the new spirit parts buff that offers offensive bonuses and revives. And get a load of this. It's got instant kill immunity or instant damage immunity is what I believe they call it. Coming up, aces in conquest of all allies are non-separatist droids. Interesting that they, I mean, all the separatist droids, maybe Droidica is the one that's kind of left out most of the time. All right, maybe that's some more separatist droid stuff in the future. All allies are revived and gain damage immunity and instant defeat immunity when the first enemy to take a turn is defeated. That only seems to be in conquest here. All right. Did a lot of talking here. I think this is important because this is it's a new character to Star Wars universe and Galaxy series, and it's some interesting Omicron stuff. So normally we get right into the character reveal, but now we'll do that. A true support character, because all the other support characters in the past, they're fake. They're posing. Hermit Yoda, you're not a support character. Get the hell out of here. C-3PO, you think you're a support character? You don't even do damage? No. You're a pathetic excuse of a support character who focuses on raising her team to new heights by utilizing tactical skills to manipulate the battle. It's a cool kid. I just find a lot of things ironic about this is the character they wanted to make. It seems perfect for CG. Calculated odds. Final text, deal physical damage to target enemy if the target is target locked. This attack is guaranteed to critically hit if able to. So what I believe that means is there's critical damage immunity. It's not going to penetrate that, but otherwise, it should be able to do so. If all allies are droids and this attack critically hits, the next ally to take a turn gains advantage for 2 turns at the start of their turn. Okay, try to push out some more damage out there, critical damage. Okay, fine. Sabak Shuffle, cooldown at 4, has a Zeta. Deal physical damage to all enemies 3 times. Look at this. That's CG throwing their packs in your face. Buy my packs, you peasant. And inflict defense down for 2 turns. At the start of the battle, all allies are non-separatist droids. This attack has a 60% chance to inflict target lock. Kind of a low, but okay. And will remove 10% for each instance of damage. Maximum of 30%. Okay, that's a nice chunk of turn removal. Additionally, allies gain 10% offense stacking until the end of the encounter each time this ability is used. You're going to want to spam this as much as possible out there, so you're pushing the damage as much on your team. Then all allies gain 5% for each debuff inflicted by this ability, capping out at 60%. So it's interesting. I was kind of hoping, I know this is more droid focused, but seeing that Old Republic tag, it would have been really nice to see some more synergy with Karth and his Old Republic crew, because that's already an established team that could use some help. Let's just keep reading on here. Tactical advantage, cooldown of 4. This spell all debuffs on the weakest ally, and they gain advantage, health steal, and speed up for 2 turns. And keep in mind, L3's already got a cleanse, mostly for scoundrels. She can label the scoundrel, not a scoundrel, unfortunately. T3 and 4, though, does have a cleanse as well, so you kind of have like a 2-person cleanse on this team, ignoring L337, but there will be some scoundrel-based droids like IG-11, for example, IG-88, or 3PO and Chewie. Dispel debuffs on the weakest ally, they gain advantage, health steal up, speed up for 2 turns. If the ally was a non-separatist droid, if any buffs were dispelled this way, they gain offensive and tenacity for 2 turns, and inflict target lock and speed down on the weakest enemy for 2 turns here. So, all right, we got to cleanse lots of buffs. Here's the thing, droids, you definitely need a lot to push in there. The only true droid team is kind of General Grievous right now, and he's got a lot of stuff baked in there. The leftover droids, they're missing out on speed, damage, and that's where this character is coming to play here. And here is the leader ability, spare parts, Zeta, and that Omicron, which I don't know, it's a weird thing. I never expected that to come to the game. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense if you understand me. Anyways, we need a lot of bonuses for these droids. As I just said, here's what she's going to be offering. Droid allies have plus 35% defense, 35 speed. I always like those nice speed boosts. 35 is not common. Usually 30 is kind of the common threshold for speed. 35 is less common. 40 is even less common. And gain spare parts until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. At the start of the battle, if all allies are droids, Sortie gains 30% max health, and she's also getting an extra 40 speed, so 35 speed right there. And I don't know if BB-8 will have a home here, but there could be a possibility. BB-8's going to have a home here, and you're going to get some nice, juicy turn meter gains as a result. Here's what spare parts does. 30% critical chance, 30% offense. If this character is defeated, they are revived at 100% health and gain foresight and protection of 50% for 2 turns, and dispel this buff from all allies. And this revive can't be prevented. So I believe what that means, Nihilus won't work, Mando's Disintegrate won't work. Beskar Mando's Whistling Birds. If he does manage to kill someone, I'm guessing it doesn't stop the revive here. So good thing is, before we look into the Conquest Omicron, well, this is kind of nice. You're getting an extra buff here because they need to get a play going, and if they're being steamrolled, well, it's going to be kind of hard to get something going. They have lots of speed. They're going to have some turn meter associated with them. Let's see what the Conquest aspect does. If all allies are non-separatist droids, the first time in battle, the first enemy to take a turn is defeated, all allies are revived at 60% health and gain damage immunity. And instead, and all on top of it, they get instant defeat immunity, which is a brand new thing. When I first read that before reading the whole entire game, I'm like, wow, is this supposed to like stop Commander Tano or something like that? Not quite. This is more for Conquest, as we're seeing right here. These buffs can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and this revive can't be prevented as well. And then finally, the unique ability. At the start of the battle, the weakest other ally gains VIP. Whenever VIP is damaged, they gain stealth for 2 turns, and Sortie recovers 5% health and protection. Whenever Sortie is damaged, allies of VIP recover health and protection equal to 5% of Sortie's max health and protection, and they gain offense up for 2 turns. Sortie then gains defense up and 50% protection, going up to 250%. Whew. Is that like the highest max cap that we've seen? Normally you put something at like, 50. I know there's some that have uncapped, but 250%, that's kind of high. If all allies are droids at the start of the battle, sorting to VIP are immune to turn meter reduction. Here's what VIP says. When receiving damage, you gain bonuses from the characters that utilize VIP. So in a way, it's kind of like Chewie's Guard, because you're going to apply on the weakest other ally on the team at the start of the battle. It's very similar to Chewie's Guard. He applies it to the weakest other ally, which means the lowest combined health and protection. They should be a bit more clear, because when you think weakest, you maybe think like strength, damage output, but no, it's look at the lowest health and protection combined here. So there's probably ways to remod your team to take advantage of this VIP stat. So I'll say this. This is a very interesting team. If I had to make a list of things that need to be done right now, I didn't think we needed another droid team. But droids are a lot of fun. We do have a lot of leftover droids sitting in the scrapyard, not getting a lot of work done. So how about we do this? Let's take a look over and suggest some things that we have. So HK47, I know right now Sith Empire is getting some, we have a client up there right now. Sith Empire right now is going to be getting a new friend into the mix, Darth Malgus, and preliminary thoughts are looking like HK47 might be kicked out. And here's the thing, HK47 is already kind of slightly being edged out. People opt for Enfys Nest over HK47. HK is not doing a lot at an end game competitive standpoint. Of course, early game, HK is still a fantastic character into the mix, and I'm guessing as we speak, there we go, the dealer's choice. Yeah, we'll be testing out this character. I'm guessing it's gonna be tomorrow. So if you guys want to get your first look at this, well, I guess you guys have an idea of where you could be. Let's go back to that droid faction real quick. So HK47, maybe one that could be using some help. IG-88 kind of left out there in the open, not being used in too many areas. BB-8's kind of interesting because Jedi Training Raid is oftentimes being thrown at Galactic Legends Raid. BB-8 does have a home still with General Grievous droids, but even then, sometimes Grievous doesn't want to use them. You use New Gunnery. And with BB-8, with the self-preservation protocol, yeah, you're getting 8% turn meter for each active droid ally at the start of the battle. So potentially you could have 40% turn meter out the get-go, get some plays rolling. Things like R2D2, arguably at the point in time, not completely useless, but not very helpful. It's the least useful legendary character in Galaxy Heroes as things stand. But the cool thing about it, you have cleansing capabilities with combat analysis. Anytime you're landing critical hits, I mean, you get a lot of advantage with the Sortie fella over here. And then on top of this, you're going to be able to combine extra max protection, 10% max protection for each droid ally. And then you're going to share those stats with the rest of the team here. So those are just some very obvious ones right there. I don't know if C3PO is too important for Commander Luke. IG-11 sometimes gets left to the wayside when Beskar Mando's helping out the bounty hunters take down Galactic Legends out there with Lord Vader, for example. 3PO and Chewie, I don't really see them being kicked to the wayside. They're too important for Commander Luke. L337, great plug-and-play character used in a lot of teams, even like Sith Eternal, just because of the pre-taunt. Sometimes used with Dash. I don't know if she's going to be one that's going to be as free, but potentially they could be. And of course, there's things like T3 and 4, a character for the Old Republic kind of left to the wayside. And remember, with this character right here, you're amplifying the damage on the team as well. And as we mentioned before as well, you got a cleanse on here. You know, and it's a cleanse at anyone. But if it's a droid, you're getting 50% health recovery, 50% protection, critical immunity, and offense. So there are tools in this droid factory that could be utilized. Probe droid, chopper, IG-86 Sentinel droid. So there's definitely a team there. And I'll be honest, it's a very creative team that I didn't think we needed. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. I do see maybe some mild degree of off conquest viability with the turn meter, the speed, the damage, the survivability that's associated with the team. However, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this Conquest Omicron. Even right now, there are some droid stuff going on, but we have plenty of droid teams that can handle that perfectly with General Grievous, for example, out there. So I don't know if that Omicron's going to be extremely lucrative. I think they may have missed the mark on that, but who knows? Maybe down the road, there's going to be some crazy droid stuff that they need. And even though it's Old Republic, there's not a lot of tie-in to the Old Republic faction at large here as well. I don't know. I think it's interesting. And I think it's also funny. I just want to emphasize one more time that they thought that the character that they've been waiting to make is a character that's based off of gambling. I see what you guys are doing over there. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. We'll be testing it out tomorrow. But until then, let's leave that like, comment down below and all your beautiful thoughts. It's always fun talking with you guys. But you know what else is always great around here? That's right. It's great to be in the Empire today. We'll see you tomorrow for all the action.